and I enjoy it.
But, as far as the pay and everything, it's really a token type thing.
Yep.
But, there's an awful lot of people that you touched over the years, helping them out when they were in need, bringing them to, doctors and stuff, and, it was greatly appreciated, and I enjoyed working with you. I always did. I always, even because of the fact that you were a previous selectman, picking your brain from time to time, on different issues. I enjoyed our conversations and working with you immensely, and
Appreciate it.
I do value that, and I always did.
Thank you.
So, thank you for everything that you've done, and hopefully what you may be able to do in the future to come.
Hopefully I'll still be around.
Hey,
Yeah. And thank you for your service as a veteran, but also for working with our veterans here in town. Our US veterans are a different kind of person when it comes to taking any kind of charity or need or help. And asking for help, I'm sure, is not always easy for them. And so knowing they had a friendly person with such knowledge to go to is been a blessing for this town. So thank you.
Thank you.
and including all of your service, with the Legion and everything that you've done over the years. You touched a lot of your fellow service people, your comrades. And
Service people and their families
Yeah.
too.
Families, yes,
Right.
yes.
So,
and
A lot of good ones and bad ones.
yeah,
oh,
so
really?
always did look forward to seeing you at the breakfasts and stuff, and
Oh, yeah. Enjoy that.
yeah, it was a lot of fun. So,
We used to work at a lot of practices.
yes, you
Yeah.
guys did. It was always look forward to seeing you when I was down there
That's good.
and talking with you.
We enjoy it.
So at this time, the Board of Selectmen and the town of Thompson gratefully recognizes you, Robert F. LeBeau, for your dedicated service and commitment to the Thompson community as Board of Selectmen 1999 through 2003 and Veterans Officer from 2007 to 2024. We thank you from the bottom of our heart. We gotta do a presentation and do a photo and.
Oh,
Oh, you got the camera out? All right.
There you go.
We move this.
Put the flag in.
Oh, please, please.
Where do you want it?
Maybe the flag could be in the back.
Yeah.
Hey,
There we go.
What's that?
yeah, perfect.
All righty, here we go,
Jeez.
again. Perfect.
Thank you.
You bet.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bob. It's always a
Thank you.
pleasure to see you.
You are a support for him, for sure. Any other selectmen comments at this time?
Other than the traffic on Buckley Hill, I encountered 2 trucks this evening.
Okay.
One of them was a container truck coming from Route 12. And I caught one just as I was coming this evening. It was it was a straight job that was carrying liquor.
Okay.
And he was right at the corner of 200. And you know where they're going. We know that it's difficult due to the circumstances. We've got I did mention motor vehicle as a possibility. If you can't get through to them, maybe from Rick Hayes or May, they could, they can help you out to, get in contact with them, because they don't publicize their phone numbers anymore. It's almost impossible to reach the state at times,
Right.
because I don't want to, with everything that's going over you know, we may have to come to the conclusion, and I don't want to go, I don't want to even suggest it, but that we shut down that end of Buckley Hill and you can't go over the bridge.
Mhm.
You know, the only way around it would be going up Rawson Ave, you know, for the people that live in the area. Or, you know, we fill a few potholes on River Street and, you know, people go in that way. But that's not a way that the trucks are coming
Right.
over there by any means.
Right,
But, you know, because, you know, 5-ton load limit, if that bridge goes, we're gonna be hurting bad.
Right.
Mhm.
no,
So,
absolutely,
so
so,
it's just a tough situation.
It prompts something I want to bring up about Aquatic State Park, speaking of vehicles, is we've started to see a little more ruckus on the lake, a little more foot traffic with the jet skis coming from the state park again. I noticed it 2 weeks ago on that weekend that it was really hot and they're kind of driving a little crazy again. And then again, on Sunday afternoon, even though it was overcast and cloudy, there was several jet skis that were kind of challenging each other and driving dangerously. And I had talked to a few other people that live on the lake that noticed it as well. So just as a note to,
you did so
And
well
'cause
last year.
we did very well
Or
last
they did
year.
well
Yeah.
last year.
So just to throw it out there with the 4th of July weekend, it could be.
Yeah, the weather's
bad
supposed to be
weekend.
extremely warm and everything
Yeah,
again.
yeah. So it makes me concerned that,
Yes.
Made my notes.
thank you.
All right. There are no further selectmen comments. We will move on to citizen comments. Citizen comments from the virtual audience.
It's Valerie Clark, and I'm sorry, with the upgrade to Zoom, I can't see how to raise my hand anymore.
Oh, okay, that's okay.
Sorry about that. Valerie Clark, Alm Road. And I think I'm just wrapping up from a conversation Amy and I were having earlier today. Sorry to bring it up here, but there's an update. So Eversource we're talking about safety, and I have real concerns about how Eversource is spending our money, how they're allocating resources, how their business operates. We had a serious, dangerous situation here Sunday that they ignored. And when I called today to follow up, find out what they were gonna do about it, they told me to wait 2 to 3 weeks. Amy already knows this is background for the other folks in the room. And I had to escalate to Amy, who had to escalate to her resources in order to get it resolved. They did come out and fix the problem. They argued with me that it would be okay for a limb to fall on someone as long as the wires didn't come down.
Oh my.
And then the follow-up is that they sent another person out tonight after the problem was resolved with a bucket truck to the wrong location. And then even though my husband went out and explained what the correct location was, they argued and said that this was the right place that they were told to go to. And this is happening over and over and over again with Eversource. So if this is happening to me, it's happening to a lot of folks. And I'm very concerned about their ability to respond to emergencies appropriately. So thank you, Amy, for getting it done. But, and I have filed a complaint with Pura.
Okay. And Valerie, was the second truck that came out later, was that after you had messaged me?
Yes,
Okay, so that was just another crew that came out.
another crew that came out. So they sent out a second crew to fix a problem that had already been fixed hours before.
Okay,
And then that crew didn't know where they were going, couldn't understand basic instructions, don't know what a barn looks like.
okay, thank you for that update.
Yeah, and I did email you too, Amy, so we have a final wrap up to our email trail.
Okay, perfect.
But the town should not have had to get involved in this. This is ridiculous that Eversource can't run their business and that all they do is finger point. So,
Yeah.
thank you.
Any other citizen comments from the virtual audience? from the live audience. Yes,
Stephen Wright, Emergency Management Director. A couple of weeks ago, I got a call from a scout leader about aquatic. They're out of control, drinking. Open, no, not hiding it or anything. Jet skis were going crazy.
that was the one during the week. Was that on Juneteenth?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I did hear of that.
Yeah.
I did hear that. I should have mentioned that. Juneteenth was,
I mentioned to you guys, see if they can do anything about it. I said, there's not much we can do because that's a state park. And they don't put people there and we don't have enough troopers to really monitor that.
Right.
But I told them I'd mention it.
They just need to step it back up again.
Yeah, because, you had Cub Scouts out there and
Mm.
seeing that.
Eh.
That's what the kids do,
that's too bad.
the drunks and not hiding anything.
Foul language
Yeah.
and other recreational things that.
Yeah. Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. Any other citizen comments? Okay, we will move on. Agenda item 7, abuse and molestation prevention policy for municipal employees. We had touched upon this in the last meeting, but had some more questions. Our Human Resources Director, Michelle DiMarinaro, is on the Zoom. If we had specific questions, I know that we did identify that, and Michelle, you can correct me if I'm wrong. There is a fingerprinting aspect and a background check aspect. The fingerprinting aspect is $13 and
65
$13
cents.
per person, $13.65.
$13.65 per person, and that is an employee paid service. It's an employee paid fee. And then we will do a background check every year on each person that works in recreation and in the library. And that is $14.45 per person, and we cover that through the Background Investigations Bureau company.
And the only other thing Michelle and I worked on together, I know there was some question about who it applies to, and certainly it was all staff within the recreation department and the library. Full-time, part-time, seasonal, as well as volunteers. Now, on the contractors side of things, Michelle and I talked and we added the note that contractors themselves will be required, or their companies will be required to provide documentation of background checks if work is completed where there is access to children and vulnerable adults. So that way it's putting the onus on the companies that are being paid to do work in our facilities. Should they be in the vicinity or in the area of where children are. Were there any other questions specifically regarding this policy for Michelle?
No, I read through this. I spent some time reading through this and I'm fine with it. I like that change that the contractors would take on the financial responsibility. It's definitely appropriate for recreation and library. Are there any other departments that it's appropriate for? Was my only, should this be townwide? That was my only other thought. And it's just simply a thought.
Well, it's a good thought, it's policy.
Right.
And we could amend the policy based on as times change.
Yes,
Okay,
absolutely.
so if we see that it's regular town employees that there's a reason for it, we can add that to.
Certainly, yeah.
This is a great start, having the contractors, which we talked about at the last meeting, and us absorbing the cost, because it's gonna be, we're requiring it.
Right.
Contractors is a different story.
The original cost, though, when they're initially hired, will be on the employee for the $13.65 for the fingerprint check that goes to the state and to the FBI. That is originally upon hire, that will be their fee of $13.65. Then every year after, we will inherit the cost of the $14.45 per person.
I have a concern with that. If we get some of these high schoolers, the people that are coming in, they're coming in to work as a summer job. They're
They
not
pay
even
it
getting
now.
paid yet. Do they?
pay it now.
The recreation kids pay it now.
Oh,
We're just
okay.
adding, we're
That I
just
did not know.
library.
No. Okay.
Mhm.
Then I wouldn't change that policy at that point. If this was something new, then
Right. And it's the digital fingerprinting, it stays on file,
Yes.
right?
And it's done once a year, so every,
Not the fingerprinting.
okay,
No,
that's.
the
what-
fingerprinting is.
Okay, just the background check.
that's like checking for,
Yeah,
if you got a
Steve.
violation in your driver's license or
Yeah.
something of that. nature.
Okay.
Gonna add constables to that?
You and I are working on that.
Huh?
You and I are working on that.
Okay.
But not specifically in this.
Not specific to this policy, no.
Okay.
But
That-
that could be an
that's-
addendum at any point.
Yeah,
but that would make sense.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's where I was going with, are there any other employees or any other departments that come in contact with kids that we're just not thinking of? Or,
Yeah, so it-
adults that are.
So my recommendation is to go with the draft with that correction.
Okay.
Get it
Policy.
into policy, and then as we evolve, we make the necessary changes accordingly.
So you make that motion?
I'll make that motion.
And I'll second that.
Okay, any further discussion on this policy? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right.
thank you.
You're
You're
welcome.
welcome.
Have a good night.
Oh, I'm on for the rest of it.
Any other business to bring before the Board of Selectmen?
I don't have anything.
I have nothing.
Me neither. Any other, well, we're gonna move on to agenda item 9, citizen comments. Any citizen comments? In the virtual or in the room? Floor is open. All right, we will move on. Agenda item 10, tax refunds. I make a motion that we refund Timothy D. O'Shea, $119.94. Thornfield Hall Incorporated, $74.10, $257.66, and $405.34, for a total of $857.04 in tax refunds.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor of approving the tax refunds as presented, say aye.
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 Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Ken has the motion to adjourn. Suzanne has the second. It is 7:21. All in favor of adjournment, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, everybody. We are adjourned.
Have you been getting down to Legion at all?